What's going on, guys? I hope y'all are doing well. I just want to take this opportunity to encourage you on trusting Yahuah in times of uncertainty. Now, let's be real. We're human. We all sometimes have emotional vulnerabilities. We all have that feeling sometimes when we feel like we want to just say enough is enough. I throw in the towel. I don't want to do this no more. I can't continue to move forward. We've all been there. We've all had a time where we felt weary. We've all had that time where we felt like Yahuah is not there. He's not hearing our prayers. We've all felt that, that Yahuah has just turned away from us. He has neglected us. We've had moments where we felt like what we do is just not enough. And then when we see what's going on in the world, sometimes it can be disheartening because it's so much chaos, it's so much turmoil. There's war, there's conflict, there's inflation, there's massive layoffs going on. There's a lot of foreclosures, there's a homelessness crisis. I mean, we can go on and on and on. But one thing that we have to be sure of is that when there is uncertainty, we have to trust in Yahuah. We have to lean on Him. Trusting Him is our anchor. And I want to share with you a few scriptures. So in the book of Yahuah 16:15, it says this: "For Yahuah in whom I trust said unto me, you shall lack nothing. For I will bless you in all the works of your hands." So trust in Yahuah, you lack nothing. Remember that. He will make sure that everything you need is obtained. You don't got to scheme. You don't got to plot. You don't got to manipulate. You just trust in Him and He will lead you and guide you. You trust in Him and you'll have it. It's as simple as that. And whatever your hands go to do, He will bless it. He will make sure that it increases so that you can provide for yourself, for your family, and then also be a helping hand to others. So that's just how Yahuah is. So there are benefits in trusting in Him. But be careful that you don't allow yourself to get so discouraged that you turn away from Him. Because in Yahuah 17:5 says this: "Thus says Yahuah, cursed be the man that trusts in man, and makes flesh his arm, and whose heart departs from Yahuah." The number one sign that someone is leaning towards a path of distrust is they turn their hearts away. And when they turn their heart away, they start doing their own thing. They're trying to figure it out themselves. They're dependent on their abilities, their own knowledge, their understanding of certain things, and they try to go and make it happen. And y'all know that phrase that people like to say, man, I got to do what I got to do. Well, sometimes doing what you have to do is not always the best route. Because there are people, when they say they got to do what they got to do, they'll lie, they'll cheat, they'll steal, they'll connive, they'll step on people's toes to get what they want. They'll scheme, they'll throw people under the bus. They'll do all types of things to make sure that they get what they feel is rightfully theirs. And that comes from a person that distrusts Yahuah. And in reality, that's where operating in witchcraft begins. And we see, that's why it says, it's a curse when you trust in man, but then when you make arm your flesh, meaning when you when you trying to do it yourself, trying to do it your way. And trusting in man is never good, okay? Because man will fail, man will lie, they don't keep their word. So this is why we have to trust in Yahuah in times of uncertainty. Because one thing we know about Yahuah and His word, He is sure on that. When He says He's going to do something, you don't have to doubt it. When He says it's going to happen, you can just sit back and relax. But a lot of times, we get so caught up sometimes. Yahuah give us a promising word, but then it doesn't happen when we think it should happen, and we kind of, oftentimes we get a little upset. I'm guilty of that. But we have to remember, it's on his timing, not ours. He's the boss. we do what Yahuah says. He's the master. And it may sound unfair, but it's not. He has the perfect timing of when he's going to do what he says he's going to do for you. He just wants us to trust him. And Nahum 1 verse 7 says this: Yahuah is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knows them that trust him. Yeah, Yahuah is good. He's great. He's awesome. He's perfect. He's on time. He's magnificent. He's excellent. Any good thing that you could think of, that's Yahuah, right? And when we trust him, he's a stronghold. He's not weak. He's not tossed to and fro. He is firm. So that's why he wants us to trust him in times of uncertainty. And when we trust him, he knows it. Why? Because it's a heart thing. Trust is all about. It's heart to heart. That's what it is. See, people say they trust Yahuah with their mouths, but their heart are in a different direction. And Yahuah searches the heart. So when we truly trust him, he knows it, because your heart is connected to his heart. It's all about trust. Tehillim 31:1 says this: In you, O Yahuah, do I put my trust. Let me never be ashamed. Deliver me in your righteousness. So understand, when we trust in Yahuah, we will never be in a place of shame. See, man might try, those that don't know Yahuah may try to, belittle you, tell you that you're stupid, say all types of bad things because you're like, nah, I'm not doing, I'm trusting in Yahuah. I'm going to wait on Yahuah. He says he's going to do it, and that's that. But man be like, oh, what you trusting in that for? Do it. If you do it like this, it can be done. And I've had many disagreements with people when people are like, oh, you got to do what you got to do. And I'm like, no. I'm going to trust in Yahuah for him to show me how to do it, so that way when it's done, I can obtain it. And then Yahuah will always deliver, because he is righteous. And when we trust in him, there's nothing that he cannot do for people that trust him. There's nothing that he won't do for people that wholeheartedly trust him. Okay? So just remember that. Stand firm on him. Stand firm on his word. Believe in him. Have faith. Don't waver. Don't doubt. Don't be double-minded. Don't trust in one moment and then, a week goes by and that thing that you thought was going to happen didn't happen, and all of a sudden you kind of pulling back. No, don't do that. When you trust, it's all in or nothing. So that's all I got to say, you guys. I just want to encourage you on that. I know times may seem rough right now, but again, you trust in him, you will lack nothing. Bottom line. Because we serve a mighty, all-powerful one, and that is Yahuah. Y'all take care.